Hello and welcome back to Small Market REI. This is episode number 6, and today we're going to talk about small market conditions and what to look for in a small market. Different things to watch out for or to look for to find homes and the best places to find homes and just everything small market and the conditions. I want to introduce you to my co-host, Travis Goodwin. He'll be talking a lot about that today, and my name is David Dean. And Travis, go ahead and give us your thoughts on market conditions and what to look for a new investor out here.
Yeah, David, thanks for having me on. I think this is a pretty good topic, and I get a lot of, I know a lot of people from outside of West Virginia and outside of rural small markets. They might be in a big market looking to start wholesaling in a smaller market for various reasons. Less competition, it's easier to talk to people. But the biggest problem that I see really is comping and understanding the market because in a place like Phoenix, you can zoom in on Zillow down to a street and you can see tons of different comps. But in a smaller market where the populations are smaller, it's a little bit more difficult sometimes, and you got to go further away. You might have to go a mile or two down the road. And it's important because you got to know, in that market, the streets, is there an intersection coming through? Is there a highway? And all of these things really matter when figuring out a property value. So I would say that it's important to, maybe talk with a real estate agent, in that local market or in that small market that you're in to understand these type of things when you're first getting involved. You need to also, if you're from out of state and you're looking to get into a smaller market, you want to make sure you know that market's, geography. West Virginia's pretty much a hillside. So, you got houses with a whole, you go out your back door and there's a hillside, big rock staring at you. Right. So all of these things are something to consider when you're comping a property, it's not just, oh, well, this house has a garage and this one doesn't. We have a lot of creeks, we have a lot of rivers, we have a lot of flooding. So, if your house is up Campbell's Creek, which gets flooded a lot, you want to know, is your house up on the hill or is your house down by the creek? All of these things matters. What would you say, David?
Well, yeah, I think that's a big thing. I think economics are a big thing. You know, what's going on in your local markets. Where's the development? Where's it moving to? What's it moving around? What's driving it? In your local market. I mean, we have here in our local market, we have some economic indicators, like you say. We talked about we have a casino, uh, and Greyhound track, and there's been a lot of development kind of in that area commercially, which kind of drives a lot of the residential development. We have a resort being put in an area here between Huntington and Charleston off I-64, and I think they're even going to build like a little subdivision there, and we think that's going to be an economic driver for sure. But probably like in our market right now, our biggest economic driver, we have a Toyota plant here in our market, which employs a lot of people, quality jobs. But we also have recently had Nucor Steel is putting uh, uh, a steel sheet manufacturing plant in an adjoining county to us in what's called Mason County along the Ohio River. And there's going to be a lot of employees there, making, really good incomes. And that is going to be a direct driver for our market. And we've already started to see it in a lot of these people coming from other areas of the country, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Tennessee. I have a neighbor or two in my neighborhood that work for Nucor now, and they haven't even got started. I mean, they're building the buildings right now. So that's going to be a big market indicator for us. And that's probably going to be a big economic driver for the counties that we work in, which would be Cabell, Putnam, Kanawha. And of course, it's going to help Mason County as well, where the plant is located. So anytime you have anything like that of significant uh, value, like jobs and jobs creating really good incomes, um, I would say that's a good way to evaluate your market and kind of know where you want to be buying houses and you want to be trying to flip houses in areas where those people will want to buy. Another market indicator, and as I moved to a new market, I moved from in the coal fields of southern West Virginia, area called Logan County. I lived in a town called Chapmanville, just a small town, and that's where I started out in the business. And we moved uh, a little ways north in West Virginia to an area called Winfield in Putnam County. And one of the big drivers for us was obviously its geographic location between Charleston and Huntington. My wife was working, well, took a job with Marshall University, go herd, and then you know we had to look at the school system. We had kids. What's the school system? How do the schools test? You know, are the blue ribbon schools in West Virginia? And so that led us to Winfield because they had great test scores, always in the top two, three, four schools in the state on just about every subject. Uh, Lots of great outcomes from kids, going to Ivy League schools, military academies, lots of different things. So I can't say enough about the Winfield School District. So that was a big indicator for us. We wanted our kids in that market area. We wanted to be in that school district specifically. And we were going to do whatever was possible, whatever we had to do to get our kids in there. So that's a good place for you as a new investor looking for houses, look for those types of things and go to those markets and those areas and work hard and do those driving for dollars and knock on doors and talk to the postal workers and the, UPS, FedEx, whoever. And that would be my suggestion. And that is some market indicators that I see that really drives a market. Yeah. So, you know, I don't know what else you got. Oh, another thing we talked about road construction. Road construction's big. If you got new roads coming in, new interstates, updated roads. Here in West Virginia, we passed a road bond a few years ago, and man, it has just absolutely been a boom. And our main interstate, I-64, coming through this area has just been an absolute run off the rails train wreck. They're building new bridges, new this, and it's progress, but it's painful for people that work every day and have to travel through it. It's so painful. But we're kind of starting to see a little bit of the light at the end of the tunnel. We got a lot of those big projects finished, and man, everything's so much nicer, and the merge lanes are so much better and longer, and so with that pain, there's been a lot of progress, and stuff like that really helps an area develop and grow. Just beautiful bridges and updated infrastructure and stuff like that. So, we're really lucky in West Virginia that we passed that road bond particularly in this area here between Huntington and Charleston, West Virginia. And I think the economic impact of those things will be far and wide reaching that we really don't even know today. So, so Travis, finish us up here. What's your final thoughts on small market conditions and what to look for?
Yeah, I think you just made some really good points. When it comes down to, you just want to always in a small market, it's really small, right? So that's something you also got to look for. You got to look for, how many houses have sold in the last, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, a year. And you kind of want to look and see, because if you only have 1,000 people in your radius, it's going to be hard for you. It's going to be really hard. You might have to expand out multiple counties like we do. We 3 counties to reach 200 some thousand people, you know. So I feel like that matters. Your playing field matters and how much activity is around you. So if you are in a small town, it's going to be really hard for you. You're going to have to expand out just a little bit more. Look for new construction. It's easy to go to Zillow. We'll do another video on this where you can just go into Zillow. You can look for, oh, well, the new constructions are being done in this area. Oh, well, all these houses have been sold in this area. There's nothing being sold in this area. And that'll give you a better understanding of your market and what you need to focus on.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely want to be playing where there's demand. Wouldn't make sense any other way, to to be playing in areas where things are slow. So, okay, well, that's some good information. I hope our listeners, got some value out of it. And if you did, please try to share our videos as much as possible. Like I say, we're trying to grow our channel, grow our YouTube, grow our reach. So, and we know there's hundreds of thousands of small market investors out there just like us, and we kind of want to be a voice for that and give those people a voice. Hopefully, have a lot of them on our show and tell us what they're doing in their markets. And so, for anybody that sees this, if you'd like to be a guest on our show, you'd like to come on and talk about your market or talk about what you do specifically, we'd love to have you. You can reach out to us on our social media or through our YouTube. We'll have all of our contact information on there. And on behalf of Travis Goodwin, I'm David Dean, and I appreciate you watching. Like, follow, subscribe on our social media channels. Thank you.